Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Our national anthem.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Saturday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman along with Keith Fustel. 9-race program on tap today, highlighted by the $100,000 Weather Vane for 3-year-old fillies going 3/4 of a mile. It's a competitive field.
It is a competitive field. I hated to see the rail horse get scratched. Safe Trust, I was looking for that one as a nice little value play today. We'll wait another day, but yeah, it is a competitive field. You've got that angle, some of these horses off of big efforts, but coming off of Lasix. A lot of different ways to look at the Weather Vane. Brittany is loaded, and she could have a really big day today.
She had 2 winners yesterday, including Grayson's Girl in the co-feature. Spiteful Sis with a big performance on turf, and the other co-feature for state-sired allowance runners.
And if the jock, doesn't continue as a rider, he's got a career in juggling, it looks like. Almost dropped the whip there in mid-stretch, but got it back. Pretty handy work there, but got the job done. Big effort. I think it was an 82 buyer for Spiteful Sis. A couple really good efforts yesterday. Screen test, the 2-year-old for Grand Motion.
Beautiful pedigree, half to a Belmont Oaks Derby winner, I believe.
Test score.
Test score. That horse is still a little bit green, still learning, but for a second-star 2-year-old with that pedigree, the sky is the limit.
And Salming for Brittany Russell. I thought that was a really impressive effort. Off a little bit slow, kind of drug the rider right up to contention in between horses. Waited some more from the 3/8 to the quarter. Actually, a little bit of a steady, and all of a sudden, this horse is right up into the mix and draws away impressively with long strides. Future looks bright now. I think finally got back to the main track.
And adding to Brittany's exceptional stats, turf to dirt, route to sprint. Weather, again, very nice here at Laurel Park. We take a look at our conditions. The main track is fast. The turf is firm with 63 minutes to post. It's a little bit cooler than yesterday, and that's pretty nice. 71 degrees. It got a little bit hot yesterday. We've got some hot things coming on at Laurel Park from an event standpoint. The National Handicapping Tournament. is in Las Vegas. The Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge is at Del Mar. You can qualify for either one of those events with Laurel Park's Autumn Handicapping Challenge next Saturday, September the 27th. It's a $500 buy-in, $250 goes to the entry fee, and then you get a $250 live bankroll, an opportunity to qualify for the BCBC, an opportunity to qualify for the NHC, plus lots of cash prizes. You can play online, you can play on track.
I can think of a couple worse places to go, but it'd be nice to get out to Del Mar for a little BCBC action.
And of course, you'll be following our handicapping guide. It is free every racing day. laurelpark.com/picks. If you're on track at home, scan that QR code. It'll go right to your phone. We've got some great analysis from our entire team, including Will Humphrey from In the Money Media. His trip notes are extensive.
He's got a future, it looks like, working for Equibase. Where you been? Get the application in. He's really doing his homework. He gives you some great trip notes, the visuals. He picks up some trouble, maybe at some other tracks. Hopefully he's not picking up much here. Hopefully Bill and I are doing our job. But yeah, and I like he's always got some value within his selections too. He'll kind of try to help the bettors, maybe even the smaller players, betting a little to make a lot.
A little bit of everything in that guide. For the first-time player, it's simply a pick tip sheet. Then you've got a full card analysis. Mac and Callie give their thoughts on the races. We've got trainer stats, horses to watch, trip notes, bias information for the more experienced handicapper and horse player. Race number 1 on today's 9-race card is at 1 1/8 on the turf. Like that we see some long-distance turf races this afternoon at Laurel Park. This is a sprint compared to some of the others. Take out the 5 Power and Glory and the 8 My Dear Antonia. It's a starter optional claimer with a $30,000 purse for fillies and mares. It's also the first leg of the first of 2 value pick 5 wagers. We call it the value pick 5 because it's the best value in racing. Please take advantage of the 12% takeout. Don't get hurt by larger takeouts at other tracks. You're getting 12% takeout on a 50-cent minimum play. Score.
I mean, we're offering you value. 12% low takeout on this early value pick 5 and the late pick 5. I want to thank everybody for getting involved in our card yesterday that added to that carryover. I think we were over 150, 160.
Yes.
You know, we ended up with a really good handle in the early value pick 5 and ended up paying close to $4,000. So hopefully one of you guys took it down. Race 1, I get you started with an $18 ticket. This card gave me some bits. I mean, I'm trying to get a few nuggets out there with some value. It wasn't the easiest of cards. I didn't want to go crazy. Get you set up with a little bit of a base ticket. 1-7, Risk and Regret, a couple improving 3-year-old fillies. Going to take to the turf at 1 1/8 in race number 1. Race 2 with the 1, 4, and 8. Race 3. The 2 and the 10. There's that 1 3/8 on the grass we're talking about. A couple marathons today, 1.5 miles later in the card over the Laurel lawn. Race number 4 with the 2. I scratched that. Should be the 2, 4, and 5. That's my mistake. The 3 is scratch El Divino Nino. So we'll go 2, 4, 5. Single the 2 in race number 5. That's American Unity. He's all racehorse for Jamie Ness. $18 ticket. Again, that's my mistake. 2, 4, 5 in race number 4.
You're playing with fire in race number 4. All but one?
Yeah.
All the hard ways is going to be
he'll jump up and
nailed
get me.
on
Jerry
tight
Robb,
in there.
yeah,
but $18 ticket, certainly a value play for the value pick 5 with a value low 12% takeout, 50-cent minimum play. Let's start things off with your top pick in the opener. That's the number 7 Pegster. We have a video spotlight. This is what's known as a trip that's going well until it doesn't.
Yeah, this is where I want my rider to be. You know, down inside, saving ground every step of the way. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, Danny. You just get locked in. Now, she couldn't quite kick on. She thought maybe had a shot, maybe past the 3/16, so work through that seam. It didn't happen. The horse kind of in the 2-path, keeping it in a little bit tight. So start, stop, but willing enough to the finish. I know, beaten 3 and change. Field was pretty good. Royal Sweet, an improving 3-year-old filly for Kenny McPeak. Hidden Quarry, that second-place finisher, 3rd in the Boiling Spring Stakes at Monmouth, just a few starts back with a decent buyer around a 72-73. Pegster goes 3rd time Lasix, extra 16th of a mile. I don't think that's going to be a problem. She comes back and going to try to get the better of Risk and Regret. Again, they met at Delaware, but Risk and Regret, talking about a great trip. She got it last time out with Horacio Caramano.
She certainly did, and it's tough to take horses coming off perfect trips when they step up in class, but maybe Risk and Regret will get lost in the shuffle from a wagering standpoint one more time. It was a perfect pocket trip. She got to the outside, and while she ran down an odds-on favorite, let's be honest, that odds-on favorite is something like 0 for 16 now.
Yeah.
So Risk and Regret probably was just simply better than that horse on the day, especially considering the trip. That being said, breaking from the rail, why can't she work out another inside-out closer's trip?
And there's no real predominant speed in here. This opening half mile would be very interesting. How this race develops. Risk and Regret, I think, can lay a little bit closer if needed. The number improved up to a 73 buyer, and you talk about Lady Mice. That horse was just, one of those bridesmaids, just might not get it done for Lindsay Schultz, but was it consistently running those figures in the lower 70s. So that kind of number is going to work here if she can bring it right back. And at 8-1, yeah, not much separating the 1 and the 7 in my opinion. I think they're the two keys for me, top and bottom in race 1.
Who do you think makes the lead in here? I think Pegster will be close. I think Sleepwalker might show a little bit of speed as well. Other than that,
I think
where's the
Sleepwalker
speed?
is quicker than Pegster and Risk and Regret. So I think that one's going to go ahead and go for Delacour. Tried to get the mile on 3/16, went a little bit quick
Very
through
fast.
that third quarter, right? And then picking it up and just a little bit of a fade. That 75 sticks out at you. 2 races back in the A other than a little class relief. I think Sleepwalker's the one to catch.
Arise My Love, the number 3, has a trainer stat going for her. That's Milan Milosevic, who has done very well with last out maiden winners. Just reading the condition book and putting them in the right spot. 4 for the last 7, a $9.40 ROI. I thought this filly did some good things, albeit against maiden claimers at Colonial. That was a very solid pace all the way around the track. 23.89, 23.70, 23.90. She's tracking 3 wide, keeping up with that solid pace, and then forged on home. Okay, it's a step up in class for Arise My Love, but she's another horse that I think can be adaptable to the pace and stay within range.
She may be able to drop in even a little bit closer today within this field, closer to the rail, I should say. Save that ground with First Voice. This is a real tricky opener. Whoever's higher, the 1 and the 7, I just might work around. If they're both laying in there, I think the 1 might come down just a little bit in price.
Yes.
But if they're 9-2, 5, I'll use them both.
And even Horacio De Paz with a winner on turf yesterday has the 6. I'm a sure thing. There are angles here. Second star off a long layoff in a big class drop from the $50,000 now winners at 2 Life. Might have needed that race last time out. Took some money, stayed inside, was over and behind horses. I think she benefits from that race. The pace situation could work against her.
Some gaudy back numbers that certainly would work here. And De Paz, a big winner yesterday. Our man upstairs again. Spoils of War, 52.60 with a 69 buyer. Great ride by Torrealba. Was able to kind of extricate him from a little bit of trouble into the first turn. Settled beautifully between rivals. And once he swung out, the only one running the last 1/8 of a mile.
We got the same Quinella in here. 7164 for Keith, 1736 for me, and the opener at Laurel Park. Race number 2 is at 6 furlongs on the main track. It's a maiden claiming race for 2-year-old fillies. Field of 8. We also have this as the first leg of the first of 3 50-cent pick 4 wagers, early, middle, and late on 9 race programs. We're both going to go with the 4, Fiesta La Luna, first-time starter for Claudio Gonzalez. We have a trainer stat for the Gonzalez barn. 2-year-old first-time starters, maiden claiming, dirt sprints that should be, 5 for the last 25, 20%, $2.20 ROI. That's my mistake, by the way. I apologize to the crew. Fiesta La Luna, a $9,000 yearling buyback. There's a lot of turf in this pedigree. The Dam's a half-sister to Hawkish, who I think won the Penn Mile, but was also a debut winner. It's like the Memories of Silver and Winter Memories family.
Winter Memories,
but I also think there's a little bit of dirt here, and Matoli, the sire, certainly adds dirt and speed.
13%, 2-year-old first-time starters. Yeah, first of all, we were talking about it yesterday. Could have worked with Golden Sands, that first two, who had some early adversity, really ran big for Claudio. So I'm kind of keen on that. I think it was the work, the most recent since September 13th work, 49-2 pairs up with that runner for Claudio.
Experience counts, and the number 8 Princess Charming has experience, and she likely gained experience from that debut right here at Laurel Park. Let's watch the video spotlight because the start just really works against her.
Took play that day.
Yes.
I thought fairly significant play at 5-1, but man, this break was really, really tough. A bad stumble at the break. But what I like is the recovery and the middle move into this flow. Share Success is going to be your winner. That was a Brittany Russell runner. But you don't really quite see it in the line, but visually you're going to pick up this move. It's good enough for me, off the drop, a cleaner break and drawing outside again. Princess Charming with experience, I expect her on or near the lead with an alert break today.
And I like that the blinkers are going on, maybe to add a little bit of focus leaving the gate. But you're right, she did some very good things after that stumbling beginning because she had to work hard through an internal, a quick internal to get into contention before flattening out. You mentioned Share Success, that wire-to-wire winner.
Yeah, I got a little stat here. Yeah, for Lacey Gaudet, the last 3 years, maiden claimers on the dirt, first-time blinkers, 3 for 15 with an ROI of $3, 8 for 15 in the money. A little drop out of America Charm City. She won a bunch of, I think, 5-time winner, 1 second out. We'll see if Princess Charming can get it done second out today.
So taking a look at our race 2 picks, we do have the 4 Fiesta La Luna on top. You have Princess Charming, the 8 in second. Noble Status, the 3, I have a feeling can run a little bit for Hammy Smith. I know this horse was only a $4,000 yearling purchase, but the dam was a multiple stakes place dirt sprinter as a 2-year-old, and that dam's a half to Barbara Fritchie winner, Majestic Reason. So there's a lot of sprintability here with Noble Status. I know Barbosa had the choice between the 1 and the 3. Lands on the 1, the more experienced runner.
But first Mondays, you're looking at the top side, the sire for Noble Status, 21% strike rate with 2-year-old, I should say with the first-time starters. It was a smaller sample, half to a couple winners, closer to the heart. Society Ball, I think that was a Lacey horse, and Noble Status would be no real surprise.
Lucky Lists ran well debut at Timonium at this quartered level. Like to see the little late rally. Beating a length, now it's got to deal with an inside post.
Race has produced a winner, Blind Love, the Jerry Robb horse that broke all of our hearts and nailed our price horse there at the wire. Also 6th place finisher in improved number, a 41 buyer figure at Delaware next time out. We saw Fairy hit with Mo Missile the other day, second time out.
Just want to mention Curleen Spirit, the number 6 in here. By More Spirit, the dam's a half to a graded stakes winning sprinter named Jovert. The second dam was a debut winner and a multiple juvenile stakes winning dirt sprinter. So speed and precocity in this family. But Jose Corrales likes to take his time with these young horses.
Yeah, half to Curl and Rado. I think got to kind of that prep over at Timonium in its first start and came back to run well. Yeah, he doesn't strike a lot. A user in here for me. I mean, not a whole lot to go on. I'm hoping this Fiesta La Luna is ready, but I do think Princess Charming, you'll see a much better effort with a cleaner start.
Let's see what Fiesta La Luna does. In race number 2, Keith likes 4, 8, 1, and 6. I'm going 4, 3, 6, and 7. Let's move to race number 3, going a mile and 3/8 on the turf. It's a maiden claimer for 3-year-olds and up. We've got a field of 10. Andres Chavez picks up the mount on the 1 Super Chunk. Let's start things off as the first leg of our middle 50-cent pick 4. Again, early, middle, and late on 9 race programs. Get involved. The pick 4s have been paying well recently. I want to start things off with my top selection in here, the number 8 Deputy AP. We do have a trainer stat for his new trainer, Kevin Boniface. Experienced horses, first-time Lasix, 3 for the last 13, 23%, a $7.66 return on investment. One of those big winners was a horse named Juniper Juice, who won at 12-1 coming back off a 324-day layoff. So that makes me feel good. Deputy AP's coming off a 328-day layoff. This barn can have him right fresh, especially with Lasix on.
You got the gelding angle, the Lasix angle. I go inside with the Hero Code. We're at a mile and 3/8. This horse encountered some traffic going into the first turn at Saratoga for maiden 50s. That was first Lasix. We're dropping down now, second time Lasix. Worked an inside out trip after that, was about 5-6 wide upper stretch. Just kind of kept grinding. Couldn't really make any serious headway, but was trying. I'm hoping this horse gets away cleanly and can stay close enough, because I think it's going to be Homestead's race to lose. That's the 10, who's shedding some weight from that Fairhill.
Shedding some weight, shedding a lot of weight from that race at Fairhill. What is it, 22 pounds? Showed some speed that day and tired, and that's Homestead's game. He likes to go to the front, and we've seen it. You think in these marathon races it comes down to the last run. A lot of times a horse goes to the front, backs down the fractions, kicks on home. Homestead, the 10, the horse to beat. You mentioned your horse, the 2, the Hero Code.
Yeah.
A lot of stamina in that pedigree.
Oh, when looking at it there, I think it was a half to a
Civil Union.
Civil Union won 4 times, a mile and a quarter or further. This shouldn't be any problem for the Hero Code. Let's just hope he does it fast enough.
Has pedigree.
Yeah.
What about Tate's work right?
Yeah.
Interesting move here. Wheeling back on 8 days, removing Lasix, stretching out all the way in distance. This horse did not run well last time out when wired by a Gulfstream shipper named Bay of Bengal. Was it the wet track?
Could have been some kind of reaction. I don't know, but them taking the Lasix off, it gives me a feeling that something was there. The back buyer figures certainly work. Has the appearance of a horse that wants to stay the trip.
Homestead looks like the speed. Maybe the 4 Pietralcina is the strongest closer in this race. This horse added cheek pieces for the first time last time out at Colonial for the 17th lifetime start. Got wired that day, was far, far back, saved every inch of ground, came up the rail, just missed one more stride. That horse wins.
Yeah, and did it into Dalton kind of fractions. The leader got away with it early. Any kind of contested pace is going to help the chances of Petrolcino. We chased this one a little bit.
Keith's going to go 2, 10, 8, and 4. I'm going to go 8, 2, 4, and 9 in race number 3, one of our marathon turf events on the afternoon. Let's go back to a sprint. Race number 4, 6 furlongs on the main track, and it's an allowance for Maryland bred or sire. Let's take out the 1 Decorum. Let's take out the 3 El Divino Nino, and the 6 All the Hard Ways will be ridden by Daniel Centeno. Bold Diversion, the number 5, is our top pick in the first leg of our Chesapeake Pick 6 wager. 20-cent minimum. Pick the first place finisher in each of the final 6 races on the Laurel Park program, and if you're the only one, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You take down the entire jackpot. Speaking of Bold Diversion, we have a video spotlight.
Yeah, we're going to go back a couple races. I believe I used the June 20th race over this surface. Optional 25, not in for the tag that day. Protected again, well, obviously protected in this allowance, but Bold Diversion had some trouble early. Got that steady, bumped around early, steadied it to half, and is going to able to work and make a run between. This horse, you know, when he's right, I think he gets away clean enough. He's got enough positional speed. He's been up against it the last couple, but this little run, the sustainability, running down Metaguch, next out winner, a little bit of a key animal. This guy was determined. Colonial last time out, no chance. East Boston, Benny just got to the front, you know, on that track and said, see you later. I think this is going to be a better spot today. State bred, other than. I worry, though. Decorum comes out. El Divino Nino I thought could show some speed to help things. Sure meant to be with the trouble out of the start last time. Might be the speed of the speed. So Bold Diversion's going to have to come away okay and get Poe by the 3/8 pole.
I agree, but maybe in this short field, even if he's a hair slow out of there, he can get right up close to Sure Meant to Be, who I agree with you 100%. Wire-to-wire winner, 3 starts back. Just didn't break great last time out, and I think that worked against him because he wants to be forward in his races. If he breaks well, there's no excuse for him not to be forward breaking from the wood.
No, I think Wicked Divine's going to have to be set and ready to go off the freshening for Kenny Cox if anybody's going to go out and really force the hand of Sure Meant to Be. Talking about Bold Diversion again, this little layoff is 31 to 60 days. That's kind of like the sweet spot for the runners for Joanne Chango. Look at that strike rate, 23% ROI, close to 3.
5, 2, 4, and 6 for Keith. 5, 4, 2, and 6 for me. In race number 4, the first leg of our Chesapeake Pick 6. 4 down, 5 to go here on Today at the Races. We'll be back with the late value Pick 5. Welcome back to Today at the Races. I'm Dan. He's Keith. It's a very pleasant Saturday afternoon at Laurel Park, and we're getting set for race number 5. 1 mile on the turf. It's a starter optional claiming race with a $29,000 purse. We'll take out the main track only runner, Hey Chief. Also the 6 Mailman Money, who's in tomorrow, and the 10 KB See You Later. Those horses are scratched. This is the first leg of our second value pick 5 wager on the afternoon with a low 12% takeout. Just a great value. And our friend and colleague Mackenzie Pfeiffer has a ticket for us all.
Race 5, the cigars on the rail luncheon. So you'll be getting a little smell of that whiff of those cigars. I'm sure that's going to be good. 12% takeout, late value pick 5 for Mackenzie Pfeiffer. What she got? 259 on a $48 ticket. We're going to start it with American Unity, Tom Hagen, and Bring Me a Check. A little flow comes out with a scratch of the 10 KBC You Later. Mailman Money I thought was a player. We'll wait for that one another day. Race 6, she's too deep with the 8 and the 9. Brittany Russell, and a return for Shout to the Lord barn change here. I know we've got a stat later for that runner for Todd Beatty. Race 7, tricky race. 1.5 miles on the turf. Any other than scratch the 8, the Jackal, scratch the 9, Meg. 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't use my top horse, Vaccination. Oof, okay. This is a tricky, at 1.5 miles. We just don't see these races that often. See, she got What a Night, owes me no money from last week. Suzanne Statanius right back at you. Race 8 with the 2 and the 3. Scratch the 1, Safe Trust. The 6, Volleyball Princess, and the 7, Endorse. That is the Weather Vane Stakes. 6 furlongs for the 3-year-old fillies. Again, scratch 1, 6, and 7. She's going to work around the 2 and the 3. GW's girl here for Greg Compton. And finish it up. Race 9, the 3 and the 6. Juris Doctor, Mick Raven, who's got a sim running, right?
Sure does. Your pick in the other marathons.
Yeah. Photographed the mare. 3 and 6 completes that late value pick 5. Again, 12% takeout. Jump in, $48 ticket.
50-cent minimum wager on our 12% low takeout late value pick 5. Let's start things off with race number 5.
Right.
The 2 is American Unity. We both like American Unity on top. We have a video spotlight to show this guy likes to win races. He's won 15 in his career.
We go back the last time he ran a mile. This is at Monmouth Park. The 1 horse down inside. Just having to sit chilly there, leaving the 3/8. Was paused a little bit. Is going to be able to work outward here. Makes the bid, just comes up a little bit short, second by a neck when it's all said and done, but makes the charge. I tell you, this guy is all racehorse, and I like the flow that he's going to have in front of him today. As I talked about, KBC later comes out here. Horse snuck up the inside to get it done, but all in all, he may not have seen that horse. That was a big effort. We've got a stat for Jamie Ness.
Barnes been going on a roll. September 7th, September 16th, 34% winners at 223 ROI. Several turf winners here at Laurel Park included in the sample. When this horse breaks from the rail, this horse works out pocket trips. Now maybe there'll be a little bit more speed, but he showed 2 starts back that he can rally from way out of it. I just think I agree with you. I think the flow is going to be there for American Unity. He's a logical horse.
He's really, tactical. You can kind of place him where you want. He just tries at the age of 7. Last time out, faced a horse that was on a little bit of a roll this year. 4 for 5. The only miss was by a neck this year. Vergel down at Colonial. I love him suited here at 1 mile, and I like what's going to go on up front. Coronova, Tom Hagen. Maybe Bring Me a Check with a little bit of an early move. He gets a little help with some of these scratches, not big as a field. That was the biggest concern here with me early. The 2 and the 9, the separator was ground loss possibly for the 9, so he does get a little help.
Now, while the top pick for us is a 15-time winner, the 9, Bring Me a Check, has finished second 14 times, third 15 times, but got a win last time out. Did so at Monmouth going this mile distance. Broke sharp as he usually does, was able to rate in the pocket after about a half mile, went after a long shot pace setter. He grinded it out to win at odds on, but I wondered watching it, maybe he wanted to try to hang a little bit.
I did not watch that video, so I'm gonna trust you on that. He might have been, but he just knocks on the door. He's gonna make an impact. You gotta love a racehorse like this, American Unity. The other Kieran off the claim, Covert Cat.
Yes.
Kind of trip do you envision for this guy?
I see Covert Cat hopefully taking back a little bit in here. I think there is so much speed. Covert Cat is stretching out, and that's a concern because 5.5 to 1 mile, you think he's going to show some speed. You look at his route races, he always seems to show some speed. Go back to that race on September the 7th, though.
Yeah.
That's the trip I'm envisioning. Sitting mid-pack and trying to fly on home, because even if he is showing stretch-out speed, he's not as fast as a Tom Hagen or a Coronova.
No, he's right there with Bring Me a Check. A little bit of improvement. You say a little change of tactics, sitting back just off of it should enhance the finish. Tom Hagen, I think back
Respect
at
him every
Laurel,
time. Yep.
second off a little bit of a break. I like this. Just a little too keyed up last time out. Internals quick enough at Colonial. The faded a mile and 16. Sheldon gets along with this guy. I think he's going to get him to settle better today.
What do you do with a horse like Goldfoot, a horse who was good enough to finish 4th in the Del Mar Derby last year and was claimed last time out for a dime, wheeling back in a week, blinkers off. His barn went 2 for 2 at Mountaineer on September the 14th. Goldfoot does have some back races. I wish I liked his last race a little bit. He tired pretty bad.
Agreed. I saw that, the claim, Jonathan Thomas. Now we're going to try to work upwards off of that. Maybe I should have given him a little bit deeper look.
2.957 for Keith, 2.895 for me in race number 5. Race number 6, 7 furlongs on the main track. Maiden special weight, 3-year-olds and up. We've got a field of 9 in here. This is our jackpot super high 5 race of the afternoon. Carry over $2,142 for the $1 minimum bet and a 15% take. It is also the opening leg of our final 50-cent pick 4 wager. Again, early, middle, late. Get involved in this late pour pick 4, especially if unfortunately you get knocked out of the pick 5. I want to start out with Fashion Victim, the number 3 in here. That's your top selection, and we've got a video spotlight.
Yeah, race number 6. Yeah, I got the 3 on top. That was a little edit here. 3-2-4-9 for me. Fashion Victim. Look at this start at Colonial. A little touch rank, a little bump, a little steady. They've got climbing. I kind of got water skiing a little bit because this guy, she was just kind of in and behind horses, never really settling. Unfortunately, Julio had to steady multiple times, and again, she's fighting him a little bit. And then all of a sudden, when the seam opens up, he says, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and go, and rolls up and makes a pretty quick move to the lead into the far turn. Just took too much out of her. I mean, she hits the front, and then you got that long stretch down in New Kent and a little fade. Second off of the bench. Got to think this horse is going to run a little bit better. Has to break, and if she does, she may be able to control things or sit just off of a horse like Destination Bella Italia.
She was just so fresh off the layoff. She must have run that second quarter after that tough start in 21 and change just to get into position. You don't falter for that performance, and she ran a big number 2 starts back for Brittany Russell. Love You More is the number 4 going out for Horacio De Paz. Blinkers on this one. This one was been running on turf and synthetic in the last 2 races, but if you look at the first 2 starts of the career, it was on dirt. By far the best speed figures in the career. Last time out, this horse did not break well from the rail at Woodbine, was sort of down inside, last on the rail, turning for home. The winner of that race came back and ran 3rd at Woodbine with a 73 buyer. I'm hoping with the blinkers on, we see a little bit more focus because this horse has shown some early speed.
Yeah, this horse can maybe be a little bit, I don't know if he's going to run like Salmon yesterday, but back to maybe the right kind of surface. Hint of ability in the first couple starts. De Paz blinkers on, right?
Yep, blinkers on.
And that was not on the original overnight, if I'm not mistaken. So
I want to hear about Over My Sensor. You have second.
Yeah.
30-1 on the morning line. Another horse that might be returning to a preferred surface. I like this horse's debut.
This was originally my top selection, and I should have kept it there. I have no. Come on, Keith. Yeah, 30-1. Second Lasix. Back to the main track. It's worked for this barn before. I just like the company lines as a 2-year-old. Conquer those if we can. We're going to see later. Bougie Bubbles. Some close at 6. I think this is a tough race. In no way, shape, or form should I probably put the 3 on top. If you want to switch them, guys, switch them later. Over My Sense to kind of sit a stalking trip. I think that, and wheeling back, I think at this number is very, very dangerous to sit stalking pounds.
I think the 9 Shout to the Lord is an interesting contender, making his first start for New Connections off of a 238-day layoff. This was run really well when trained by Bill Mott down to Tampa Bay Downs. We have a video spotlight for Shout to the Lord. This horse does not break well at all.
No, just wasn't tied on. We could call that almost a hesitate. for this Curlin filly. Started the career down there right for Bill Mott. Was caught 3 wide into the first turn, and then put on a really hard chase. It started at the 5/8, and then the jock really got into him here.
Loved the ride,
3/8.
though. Dropping inside, I thought Danny did a great job.
Yep.
Dropping inside to save ground. Now, this horse shows no quit. It's tough to debut going 2 turns. Mott sometimes doesn't have him cranked up first time out. But this horse is trying all the way down to the wire after that bad break, and the horse that beat him was in sharp form. Came right back, won a first-level allowance at Keeneland with an 89 buyer. New trainer now. This owner-trainer combo, first after the barn switch, 4 for the last 12, 33%, 395 ROI. 3 of those winners came off layoffs of 186 days or greater, so they do well off the layoff. Shout to the Lord might be ready off of the bench.
Yeah, you just wondered, why the march? I mean, she ran that well. Something happens.
Probably.
Laid her up a little bit. Man, that was a good effort against that horse that ran the big fig, winning April in Keeneland.
I have to use Destination in here the way Brittany's been going turf to dirt. We saw a winner yesterday with that impressive maiden. We have a stat for Destination. This is before yesterday. Turf to dirt was 13 for the last 38, 34% to 251 ROI. I thought this horse ran just fine on dirt 2 starts back, considering it was the first start off of a year-plus layoff. Didn't break great, rushed up to duel for the lead, just did a lot of work and understandably got tired. I won't be surprised if Destination is sitting second and right in the thick of things when they turn for home.
It's interesting. She's got Destination, Bella Italia. They both, and she's got 3 runners total, and they all kind of look like they want to be forward. 7/8 is a question mark for pretty much everybody in here. Your top selection, I think, off the mile races on the go back, might have the fitness and ready to kind of carry through. Over my sense, I think can finish up at 7. That's my biggest concern. Who can finish here? Chili Girl's even a horse that I had originally into the mix for Hammy Smith. It's a win early family. Took a lot of play in debut. Blinkers come off. Hammy's second start is good. Works were good. He originally had Sheldon named. Now, granted, he's going to go ahead and ride for Brittany. We've got Danny Centano, but the works are very, very strong leading into this. Maybe they kind of figure things out for this daughter of Frosted.
Fun race for the maidens to kick off our final pick 4 of the afternoon. 3, 2, 9, and 4, or 2, 3, 9, and 4, depending on how Keith wants to play this. 4, 9, 8, and 3 for me. I'm probably going to spread and use my top 3 selections in the late pick 4 and in the late value pick 5. Race number 7, 1.5 miles on the turf. $49,000 allowance event. Take out the 8, the Jackal. Take out the number 9, Meg. The number 2 is Coiled, and we have a trainer stat for Coiled. Arnaud Delacour does good work. Second off 120 to 180 day layoffs, 38% recently, with a $3.36 ROI. I like that this horse is stretching way back out in distance. The longest this horse has ever run in his career was at 1 mile and 3/16, 2 starts back with blinkers. He's getting them on again. He didn't break great that day. He was far back. He got bumped in the upper stretch. He was staying on at the end of that race, and the third-place horse came back and earned an 85 buyer speed figure when placing in an allowance at Churchill Downs. I think this horse still has some upside potential. I'm hoping he can show a little bit more speed, but you know something? I don't think I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that was a solid field 2 back at Keeneland. This is another race where you're looking at 1.5 miles. You talked earlier, a horse like Homestead gets to the front, and we see it in these races. They back it down, and they have that. They save it. The last quarter, they can kick back away. Laszlo might be that type. Will he be sent away from the outer post? I think he will, and we'll try to control things. Vaccination's a horse.
Yes.
11 seconds, though, out of 27 starts, 3 wins. His figures work. I think he's a staying type. He's a trier. I'd love to see Toledo if this guy can get out good late within a couple lengths.
Little pocket
early.
trip.
Pocket trip, let it carry him. I think he can bring a finish. He just looks to me like he can just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. Vaccination. Karenga he keys up with. Running against the right kind. I know Laszlo got him last time out, but he's 9-hole. Last time he's back to the inside. Break good, Jevian. Let's get to position early. That first quarter mile is going to be imperative because I think this flow is going to be super slow. I don't think anybody's going to be whistling out there. But if he can get in a relaxed kind of a gallop, he finishes today.
Laszlo is very consistent at the board in his last 5 starts at a variety of distances. Ricky Silliman trains, was in against a good one last time out. That Newtown came back, ran 4th in the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile with a 91 Beyer speed figure. No shame in losing to that horse. That horse is likely going to get close to the pace. I wonder if Jay Hirsch tries to make the lead. Stretching out off a mile effort last time out. That was a key race at Colonial. The runner-up came back. I know he only won for a $40,000 non-2, but he got a solid 74 Beyer.
Yeah, there's nobody really with a huge Beyer advantage in this race.
Whiskey in the Jar.
Well, Whiskey in the Jar is a horse that I think, again, you're talking staying types.
Yes.
He appears that way when you watch him run his races. He's been hampered with some traffic through stretch runs, altering course, and he keeps on going. Freshened up. I like Ruiz here. Sanchez, no slouch at all, but I think Ruiz is going to fit this horse on the grass and bring that steady progression to get it done. He runs on the go back against a horse like Jay Hirsch. Whiskey Najaro, watch out if he's within a couple lengths, leaving a 3/8.
It's just another competitive race on an excellent betting card, and you throw in the 1.5 miles, and it adds a different layer. 1,674 for Keith, 2,736 for me.
And even you're talking about Mackenzie Pfeiffer, what the article or she put out there, the interview
with Suzanne Zertanius, laurelpark.com. Check it out.
Loving, what a night right back. Ready to roll after that big victory, the 2 in life. Found that little seam and kept on going. So this guy just wants to go all day, and he's going the right way. He's going up and up.
Here's the feature, race number 8, 6 furlongs, the $100,000 Weather Vane 3-year-old fillies. Take out Safe Trust, the number 1. Take out the 6 Volleyball Princess. Take out the 7 Endorse. We're going 3/4 of a mile in the Weather Vane. We both landed on kind of the other Brittany in here.
We did.
The 4, Conquer Those We Can, a horse that's won 3 of her last 4 starts. I can make an excuse for the Miss Disco. I thought the rail was dead at Colonial that day. She was dueling on the lead while down on the inside and paid the price against Grayson's Girl, who came back and won yesterday. I think drawing outside Maida with the 8 horse also likely to go allows her to fall into a trip.
I do think, and I think she might have the ability to sit for just a little bit further back. I'm a little concerned her better numbers were with Lasix, and this is always tricky with these races. You got to look at it and see. It's right there looking at you. 82 with a 76 with 68's the top. 68 might not get it done in here, but I like the field and the way she did it last time out, who she beat in a 2 other than, because Your Pretty's a horse that ran fast over this racetrack.
I am very worried about the 3, GW's Girl, who I think is a strong contender, a multiple stakes winner earlier this year at Oaklawn, then thrown to the Wolves in a couple of graded stakes races, and then last time out at Colonial with a little bit of a layoff. We have a video spotlight for GW's Girl. I talked to Greg Compton earlier this week, and Greg said that Jamie Rodriguez told him that she just didn't want to go through this seam on the inside. She had never been down on the rail, interestingly enough, in any of her prior races. It looks like she's in with a big chance here, but she's just very tentative.
Yeah, and I think the horse just in the 2 path playing a little cat and mouse too. Just a little move to the inside might have intimidated her. She wasn't quite comfortable and didn't quite kick on like they thought, but backing up a furlong in second off of a break. Again, maybe she's just an Oaklawn horse, but I think she's going to mean business here today.
And Greg also mentioned to me he's worked her in behind horses since then. He's worked her coming up the rail on another horse, so he's tried to do that. I think in a perfect world, though, the 2, the 8 go out there, and GW's Girl eases her way to the outside under J-Rod. Maida has been super. Brittany told me earlier this week that when she made her debut, they were very excited about her. She showed them a lot in the mornings, and maybe it was the muddy track. Maybe she just wasn't ready to go. Blinkers on since then. She's been a completely different horse, just blowout scores.
That was a big effort. I watched that again this morning where she just took control under a hammerlock with Gomez at Delaware leaving the far turn. A couple rivals came up to her outside. She was completely unfazed and said, "That's it, I'll see you later." Responded and opened up the win by 4. She's getting better and better. Top side and Probable's throwing some runners. Bottom side, the mare, Giselle. She was good up to a mile. So 6 furlongs right here. I think, again, she can handle that pressure and hold sway perfect here with the blinkers.
Really looking forward to seeing these promising fillies showcase their wares in the weather vane. 4-2-3-5 for Keith, 4-3-2-8 for me. Let's close things out. Race number 9, mile and a 16th. This is a maiden special weight on the turf. We got a field of 7 on display. Juris Doctor is simply the horse to beat for Michael Stidham, a Pin Oak stud owned son of Constitution, sold for $450,000. We have a video spotlight of the career debut. This horse ran well, just chasing a hot pace. The horse on the lead, who's backing up right now, just opened up a big lead. Juris Doctor was on a hard chase, made the first move into it, liked the way he's striding out right now, and he's just gonna miss.
Yeah, just gonna miss it. And who gets him is Smart Uncle. There's a Jack Fisher runner. I think he's got 4 wins to his name, 3 over the jumps, but he's run against the right kind with some good numbers. So making this move into the quick pace, dead game to the wire is Juris Doctor. Stidham coming back second out. It's okay, 14-15% strike rate. This is just a tough beat. Really, really ran hard. Given a little over a month, coming back, going to be tough. This race looks like the 3 or 4 unless one of these firsters jump up. Both the 3 and 4 coming off of good efforts.
I just wonder if Juris Doctor doesn't play any games and goes right to the front this time around. Richard Feynman for Graham Motion. Jorge Ruiz, of course, they had impressive maiden winner on the turf yesterday. Send out the 4, Richard Feynman. This horse had a fine trip last time out, was saving ground in the pocket, got up for second. The winner came back, ran second in an allowance at Colonial with a 79 buyer speed figure. I like that this horse has gotten a little bit of a break since that race, and is tactical enough to set up shop sitting second, perhaps off Juris Doctor.
Yeah, I think tracks with second-time blinkers as well, laid a little bit closer. Will bring a finish is a try. Any of these, the one I think just ran well last time. 3-time winner on the bottom side, that Luna Real, but still has to move up, I think, to beat these. Any of the firsters catch your eye?
Well, certainly the 6 McRaven from a pedigree standpoint. By Uncle Mo, a half to Civil Union, who we've mentioned, a Grade 1 stakes winner going 1.25 miles, a half to a Group 3 winner in France, a half to a Group 3 placed runner in Ireland. So the pedigree certainly there for McRaven, and a couple of quick workouts for Jimmy Toner, who's a really good trainer, especially with turf horses.
Yeah, and he's got a positive ROI. I did look at that over the past 5 years. Firsters going long on the lawn. It's positive. Pay attention to the 6 McRaven.
3-4-1-6 for Keith, 3-4-1-7 for me, and the finale on a Saturday afternoon card at Laurel Park. Best play.
Value play. It was hard for me. I had a couple really big numbers. I thought Safe Trust was going to be it. I'm going to settle on Vaccination, the 1 horse in race number 7 today for Hugh McMahon. Again, that 11-second place finishes out of 27 starts kind of jumps out, but he tries. I like him over this turf course. He goes outside to inside. Again, I think the first 1/4 mile to me is going to be the key. I think if he can kind of relax in his stride about 3 or 4 off of it, he'll kind of chase from the final 3/8 and grind it out.
Race number 5 for me, I'm going to go with American Union. This horse likes to win races. He's going out for a hot barn, and I think he's just going to get the right race flow in here. Not great price on the morning line, 2-1, but I think if he stays there or is around 5-2, I think he is certainly a fair play. 19 minutes to post for the opener of 9 races on a Saturday card at Laurel Park. Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Callie Francois, Dave Rodman will take you through the afternoon. Let's go up to the voice of Maryland Racing, the voice of the Preakness Stakes, Dave Rodman, for scratches and changes.
Good luck.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Laurel Park. The track is fast and the turf course firm. Temperature in the 70s. Sunny skies, winds out of the northeast between 10 and 15 miles per hour. We have 9 races on the Laurel Park program, followed by racing from San Isidro, Argentina. Here's a look at your Laurel Park changes. In the first race, scratch 5, Power and Glory. Scratch number 8, My Dear Antonia. First race, scratches 5 and 8. Second race, 5, I'm a Little Wicked, jockey Angel Cruz. Weight 122 with the apprentice allowance. Third race, Number 1, Super Chunk. Jockey Andres Chavez, weight 126. Weighed the apprentice allowance. Number 9, Goodson Jameson is a gelding. 4th race, scratch 1, Decorum. Scratch 3, El Divino Nino. Jockey on the 6, All the Hard Ways, Daniel Centeno. Daniel Centeno on the 6, All the Hard Ways. 5th race. Scratch 1, Hey Chief. Scratch 6, Mailman Money. Scratch the 10, Caba See You Later. 5th race scratches 1, 6, and 10. In the 6th, no changes. 7th race. Scratch 8, The Jackal. Scratch 9, Meg. Race 7. 8th race, the Weathervane Stakes. Scratch 1, Safe Trust. Scratch 6, Volleyball Princess. Scratch 7, Endorse. 8th race scratches 1, 6, and 7. 9th race, no changes. No changes in the 9th. 17 minutes to post time. Track fast. And the turf is listed as firm. Good luck today at Laurel Park. Welcome to our group at Cigars on the Rail. And a special thanks to Lord Baltimore and Davido's Cigars. Lord Baltimore, when only the best will do. Stop into any of the 13 Davido's Cigars locations and experience the best with a Lord Baltimore cigar. Blended with the finest premium long filler tobaccos, Lord Baltimore is a testament to hard work, dedication, and craftsmanship. Life is too short to smoke anything but the best.